Welcome back to IntyCenter for another whip around Fiduse. And this week we start where else but with Cleveland's own Ed Delahunty having a big day at the plate. Big Ed with 3 hits, 2 homers, and 5 RBI. That included a 2-run homer in the top of the ninth. That was part of a 4-run inning that gave the Demonbags a 9-7 lead. But it wasn't meant to be for San Francisco. Corey Kluber issued 2 walks and gave up a single to load the bases with 1 out. Joe Mauer unloaded them, scoring all 3 to give the Bandwagoners the dramatic 10-9 win. Al Simmons, he spawned a homer and drove in 3 runs. Elmer Flick added a homer of his own. The Gales topped the barrels 6-3. Christy Mathewson, he was locked in against the Baby Yodas. He tossed a 5-hit shutout. He struck out 11. King Kelly had 3 hits in the win, and the Family Madrigal take that one 5-0. Fred Carroll came back hot from injury. He got a triple, a single. He drove in a pair of runs. Stone Temple Seattle Pilots finally got to Josh Johnson in the 9th inning to make it interesting, but a shack of their own takes it 6-3. The opening game between Amazings and Enhancers was tied at 1 heading into the 8th inning. The Enhancers drew 2 bases loaded walks in the top of the 8th to take a 3-1 lead. A Ty Cobb triple got a run back for Amazings in the bottom of the 8th. And in the bottom of the 9th, a 2-out pinch hit double from Roy Campanella tied the game. And a single from Zoyo Versailles walked it off for a dramatic 4-3 win for Amazings. Tom Glavine, he dazzled for Ciorak. He went 8 innings, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits. Jason Isringhausen, who we believe has no relation to Danhausen, worked the 9th for the save. Steel Tiger Cranes win it 3-2. Mike Scott and Jose Rijo gave us a nice duel. Rio went 5 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits, but he did walk 5. Silver King kept Sithy off the board the rest of the game, but it didn't matter since Scott tossed 8 innings, giving up 1 run on 6 hits, and Sean Doolittle worked a 1-2-3 9th. Andy Cooper, that's the one we talked about in the thread. Andy Cooper faced just 29 batters as he had a complete game shutout against the Barrels. He gave up just 1 hit and walked a pair. He actually took a no-hitter into the 9th inning. That's where a pinch-hitting Matt Kemp singled with 1 out. However, CC Sabathia was almost as good. We were scoreless heading into the bottom of the 9th. Robinson Cano would end up walking that one off. A 3-run homer provides the first and only runs of the game on the last swing of the game. Gales November take that one 3-0. Do yourself a favor, find the log of that one and read it. It was a damn good game. Johnny Mize got an RBI single in the 7th to tie Yodas at Madrigal at 4. That was the last run we'd see until the 13th inning. That's when Minnie Minoso, and I'm not sure which one because I did call up the 87-year-old version when rosters expanded. Anyways, whichever one it was, I'm guessing it was the younger one because he got a triple. He tripled to lead off the inning. He scored on a flyout from Lou Boudreau. But Madrigal would get a rally started by a single from Jose Ramirez. Jet Glasscock would single as well, and a single from Billy Hamilton would score them both and walk it off in the 13th for a 6-5 Madrigal win. Cleveland's own Ed Delahunty, he did his part. A homer, a double, and 2 runs batted in. The rest of the Demonbags, not so much. Oscar Charleston had 3 RBI. A-Rod had a pair of those. Every City Bandwagoners win it 6-4, and they seem to be relishing their spot as the highly talented out-of-it spoilers. Stone Temple Seattle Pilots fell behind 6-0 and 7-2, but they were within 8-7 in the 9th inning, and they got a 1-out double from Joe Kelly. But Willard Brown struck out. George Brett grounded out. And the rally fell just short as a shack of their own wins it 8-7. Bob Feller tossed 8 innings. He gave up 3 runs, only 2 of them earned on 6 hits. Ty Cobb and Joey Votto each had 3 hits. Nolan Arenado hit 2 homers and Amazings down the Enhancers 7-3. Ernie Banks gave us perhaps the craziest walk-off we'll ever see. And that's something given some of the stuff that Out of the Park's given us in the history of Fiduse. But he reaches on an error, and then he scores the walk-off on a wild pitch One hell of a crazy ending. Let's play 2 tops Siorak 5-4. Smokey Joe Wood cruised through 8 innings against Game of Throws. Unfortunately for him and for Sithy, these games last 9 innings. Wood would retire just one batter in the 9th, and that out came on a sac bunt. Game of Throws get a breakthrough for 4 runs in the inning. Aroldis Chapman does give up a homer to Frank Thomas in the 9th, but it's not enough. Game of Throws tops Sithy 4-3. Here's a result that feels just right for a game involving our 2 Mets fans teams. Old Hoss was named player of the game in a game he lost. Radbourne went 8 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 6, but his teammates only got 2 runs off Lefty Grove and none off the combined efforts of Nolan Ryan, Sam McDowell, and Francisco Rodriguez. Despite the inning ending on a routine 8-3-5 putout, the Family Madrigal used a 6-run 7th inning to take control against the Yodas. A 2-run single from Bob Caruthers and a 2-run double from who else? Jose. Paced Madrigal in the inning. We'll ignore the fact that Jose got thrown out at third on that routine 8-3-5 putout. Also, folks, just want to point out this game ended on a pickoff. I fucking love out of the park baseball. Pedro Martinez might not be left-handed, but he can beat a shack of their own. Pedro went 7 innings. He gave up 3 runs as he scattered 9 hits. Magnum PI used 5 pitchers to cover the rest of the game, but it got a win, so no second guessing on the possible overmanaging there. George Brett had 3 hits, and George Wright 3 hits and 4 runs batted in. Mickey Mantle hit a 3-run homer off Grasshopper Jim in the 5th inning. It looked like that might doom the Demonbags to a sweep at the hands of the Bandwagoners. But a run scoring reached on error by who else? Cleveland's own Ed Delahunty sparked a 3-run 7th for the Demonbags. Ed Ryle hits a pinch hit 2-run homer in the 9th for some insurance, and San Francisco takes it 6-3. Babe Ruth homered twice, but Sithy lost again, putting their playoff hopes on life support. Robbie Alomar had 3 hits and 3 RBI, possibly leaving Sean to wonder if he drafted the wrong Cleveland player with questionable character from those 90s teams. Greg Maddux gave up 14 hits to Siorak, but they could only get 3 runs off of him. Only 2 of them were earned. Let's Play 2 improbably takes it 6-4 despite the hit parade off of Maddux. And we'll end with one of the crazier finishes. I know I say that a lot. Oh, well. The Barrels led the Gales 1-0 entering the bottom of the 7th. Then, as my gif in the thread said, this shit hit the fan. The Gales got a run-scoring ground into double play from the pinch-hitting Shane Mack to tie it, then a double from Rod Crew to take the lead. The pinch-hitting Buck Leonard hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 8th. That put the Barrels back on top. But a Carlos Correa 2-out RBI single tied it in the bottom of the 8th. Rico Petrocelli then gets a 2-out double in the 9th to score Deacon White, putting the Barrels back on top. In the bottom of the 9th, Deion Sanders would come on at first base as a pinch runner. Mid-season shining extraordinaire Elmer Flick would strike out looking to end the game and see the Barrels take it 4-3. My cat would like to say hi to everybody. Say hi, Chitari. And that's going to do it for IntyCenter. We'll see you next time for another whip around Fidus with probably some more cat bombing.